Hello, I am Liam Murray, and I'm here to show my modular shelving project and to teach you both how to assemble it and how to use this file to generate your own designs. So for this, I have two different files here. The just comp file is just going to be all the various parts I've laid out and have exported just to make it so that you don't have to go through this file to generate a lot of shelves, as there's really a lot you can do with just a few of these pieces. But as the theme of this contest was to make modular shelving to fit whatever you need, I figured that, well, I might as well make it parametric. So for this design can generate everything up to 2 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet down to probably around 2 inches by 2 inches. I played around with it a bit, and there are a few things that I don't like when it goes to that level, but for the most part, it's really nice to just be able to generate whatever you want fairly quickly, as the main goal of this was to make the most amount of pieces that can play well together as possible. So, how to actually build this? Well, for it, this whole system is a series of pins and base plates. So these base plates here have a series of studs. You just put your pillars on them, and then you slot in your walls into the grooves. And then to actually connect the base to the actual next pillar, you take your little you take this long pin and you place it in between the modules. Now, to actually generate the designs, you utilize the parameters here to generate whatever designs you want. Now, for your length and width, your length is going to be your front-facing dimension, while your width is going to be the depth of the actual cabinet. While, and these are the outside dimensions of your shelving. Well, the height is actually the pillar height rather than the height of the actual modules here. So just be careful with that, as with it, these shelves and end caps are both zero point 0.2 inches apiece. And to generate a new design here, you just go to your parameters here. For instance, I'm going to change the height, and I'm going to change it to 1 inch here. Now for this, your walls might be a little out of place every once in a while, and same thing with your drawers and stuff. And if you do some parameters, it may look a little bit wonky. Don't worry about that. It's just Fusion being weird most of the time. And as you can see, a little nice cute 1 inch drawer. And, well, to actually connect them together now, let's say I have these and I have a high stack and I want to connect a few together, you basically take this little connector piece here, which you can find along the side here. I recommend clicking this to export it as a mesh, and then you just slot it into place. It's designed to, like the walls, to have a little bit of sloppiness in it, just because if you are running it, as I've tested this thing up to, well, 2 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet, you're going to want to have it be a little looser in there so you can actually have it run the whole length, if that's what you need. Or just if there's some random little lip from some random little thing. Anyways, with this, don't be discouraged if a few of these panels look a little out of place, but it does generate whatever little designs you want. Anyways, let's go back here and let's get it to a nicer height. So, the next little bit with this is, well, to actually create those hexagonal panels. Now for that, I have them hidden here. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go along to the bottom right corner and move it along the timeline all the way to the right. This will probably take a few minutes, depending upon your computer, to do everything, as honestly, it creates a lot of hexagons because I made it so that it cuts out from a pre-made sheet of hexagons rather than do everything to try to generate the hexagons itself, which in the future I would do differently. But it's good enough for now. For these, you can change the parameters here for its length and height. It does change it separately, which is a little. It does. Well, what I mean is, it does not generate it to your shelf. All of these are designed so that when you create them, they just generate it to the actual object you want to create. So keep that in mind. You will have to kind of do a little bit of math to, well, get things right. I believe I made it so that the, well, width, I, I believe the width portion of it will actually, well, the width portion should automatically compensate for it, but I compensate for the actual size difference. So you won't have to do any kind of mental math or any measuring of, hey, these are half-inch pillars, how much do I have to cut down? And then the kind of final thing to note here is that, well, to actually export everything, I'd export just all this stuff with one here. So everything from box 1 to fill trim 1. Finally, let's talk about a few of the nice little add-ons to this, if they will show themselves here. Let's, there we go. So there's a few different little mounting strategies here. It's really up to you on what you want to implement and use, but these are little options. Anyways, this video is getting a little bit long, and you clearly see that I don't want to really edit it. So thank you for watching. I hope that this gave you at least a little insight to it. Remember that this design, it generates the sides lengths here to that exact length, while the actual height varies a bit just because with it, I could either start to measure from the base plate, which then, well, gets messed up when you have just a different count. So just remember, whatever height you want, subtract for each of these plates, subtract 1. And for the plates, the top plate here is the same as the bottom plate, and then the side, these middle plates here, just put them in place with long pins. If you want to have one of these plates just be your top, I have little pins here that can help. And if you want to extend these pillars for some reason, because either your print height or something weird, or you can always just slot in multiple walls of a few different heights to your same thing. Just create an interesting design. You can always increase their length by having this little short pin here connect the pillars in long ways. Anyways, thank you for watching and listening to my ramblings yet again.